Isn't she a bloody beauty? What a ripper. It's a 10th month 1984, this one. It's a HJ47. God gave us this one with a 4-speed, a 2H, and not much else, but things have changed. We'll get into why it's in here, but just take a look at, does this thing remind you of any other vehicle you might know? It sort of reminds me of the 24/7 guy. Shauno has a rig very similar to this. Very similar. It's got the 033 white with the patina going on. This one's in, like that one, this one's in beautiful panel condition. It's got some dings and some scratches, but overall she's in bloody nice condition. Now this one has had 4 owners in its life, and its new owner Craig has sent it to Mr. Landcruiser, and Craig tells me before him, he can't give me much history in the middle, but the beginning of its life was in the Griffiths, New South Wales area, and it was used by a postmaster. So this was a Queensland government vehicle in its day, used by a postmaster to go out to some remote places and do deliveries and what have you. What better company car could you imagine than this? I couldn't imagine anything nicer than this as a company car. Now, being Queensland government, he feels that's why it's had factory aircon in it, and yes, this one's got factory aircon. And over the years, we've had a few government cars in here, and a lot of them do have the aircon, and probably why not all of them, the government ones have your tear weights and stuff on them on the side, very faded, but it's evidence that it used to be a government vehicle. And then it slowly made its way in a couple of owners, didn't own it for too long, and then now Craig owns it. Craig enjoys it. Craig wants to daily it, puts all his heart into dailying this, but she's a slug. It's not pretty slow, the old girl, so it's come in to Mr. Landcruiser for a 12HT. Well, we'll go under the bonnet in a minute. When you put a 12HT in them, we have specific requirements when you send us a 12HT. We ask for the whole car, so we'll go into that. Let's have a look outside while we're still here. ARB bar. That one's a the newer reproduction ones, brand new, being put on there, and it looks bloody awesome with the splitties, just plain and simple. I don't even know what brand. BF Goodrich. They look really, really good on there. This is going to be a man's daily, so it's just got to look. My favourite, my personal favourite, the wood deck. Everyone loves a bit of wood, and this one's got it. The drop side, more practical than style sides, more common in Australia. This is the real sort of agricultural farm look, and just houses a toolbox in the back, nothing else. He does have future plans, we'll go into that, so that'll probably change over the years. I reckon we just go under the bonnet and have a look at the workhorse of the 12HT. This one's so bloody cool. Look at the 12HT. Now, Craig wanted a 12HT in it. Anyone that wants a 12HT and the 5-speed and all the bells and whistles, Mr. Landcruiser does not buy dirty old engines and chuck them straight in cars and put a warranty on it and wave off you go in the sunset. If you want a used 30-year-old engine in your car, it's best you find it yourself, and then we'll put it in there. So we advise you to find a HJ61, get a real rusty one, and Craig's found himself a bloody doozy. The 60 is an absolute piece of shit, but the engine's been worked on over the years, the gearbox in good condition, and this, being a HJ47, is the easiest model to plonk it in, because a 12HT block is a 2H block, so we're just copying the 2H that came out of here. There are lots of differences, and you do still have to pull your wallet out. I'll go into that. But if you bring us the whole HJ61, then they have a vacuum assist 5-speed, but we turn that into the manual. We just make some alterations to the transfer, so we use the gearbox. The 61 has the rear backing plates, so now we can set up with a genuine cable straight off the shelf. We can set up the handbrake on the rear. Other models that don't have disc brakes can utilise the disc brake from a 61. This model already has it. The power steer. The power steer, we can utilise a lot of the components. Not everything. This one, the HJ61 engine mounts, the steel block mounts do not fit. So we either go 47, this one already has, or an early HJ60 also has the correct ones. What else have we got? So we got the power steering components. We marry that up with other brand new components. Aircon, the 12HT, if this one already had it, so it's got all the bracketry to plumb it all back together again so it retains its aircon. So bring us the whole vehicle, and there's just little things too. Could be relays. We use some relays when we're plumbing stuff up. We just pick out the 12HT, and in a lot of cases Mr. Landcruiser will just say this has got to go to South Australia. He's not taking the leftovers with him, so Mr. Landcruiser will purchase your leftovers, and then we pick at it as a wrecker too, so it reduces your Mr. Landcruiser bill. Now what the HJ61 doesn't come with, this one's already got the correct fan shroud. It's so much easier on the 47, the correct radiator. No longer can you use the air box out of the 47 or the 12HT, so we generally go the whistle and soot. They've done all the R&D. It plumbs in there beautiful with the induction pipe, everything you need, but it allows room then for your compressor and turboed engines, what have you. So good on your whistle and soot. It's just a clear bolt in for us. And while we got it apart, we go through, this is a used engine, so we'll go through and look for leaks. We'll replace that. We also, little things, we're not putting it back in with a dirty old clutch, machine the flywheel, make sure it's got a few seals, rear main, that's a big job. So we do it while it's all out. Just go over the whole thing, and then everything electrical too. So you just want to all turnkey. Again, this is the easy model. This is the 12HT in the 47. She's come up a bloody treat. Inside this vehicle, before I go inside, I was just talking about the 12HT conversion. Again, the guys wanting to do it at home. If you've got the 47, it comes with the right bell housing. So this has got the 5-speed in here now. It's all plumbed up beautiful. Richard actually moves the floor, cuts and shuts the floor for the new gear stick position. But if you were to use the HJ61 bell housing, it would put that all off pitch. So if you say you're doing it to a petrol or 2F, look for a 45, I beg my pardon, you look for a 47 bell housing, preferably one with the tacho center. And if you can, you get either 47 again or early 60 engine mounts, the steel block mounts, and then that just will, it becomes a plumbing job. It makes it a lot easier. But if you use the wrong bell housing, it's way off pitch. We at Mr. Landcruiser have a solution for that. That's top secret. So it's just easier to put the 47 bell housing back in and drive off into the sunset. Okay, the interior. It's like the exterior, just plain simple. It's got the old, one of its owners, I dare say not the Postmaster, but had the spotlight up in the roof. Look at that, someone's put new visors in, and it's like grandma's couch. They haven't taken the plastic off yet. The dash, all where it should be. They've updated the radio. We at Mr. Landcruiser have put the Noble in. For those that are interested in buying Noble off of us, you do your conversion first, because it comes with no holes. It's time consuming. You cut out where the gear sticks go, and that will vary from 5 to 4 speed, etc. But so we've put the Noble in there. Haven't touched the seats. He's got the black duck seat covers. I believe the upholstery's nice underneath. It's all pretty sweet. This is it. I'm not going to talk about overhead consoles or fuzzy dice in this one. Does have the aircon. It's the tacho model, 10th month 84. There's only 2 months to go in Australia. So this is it. This is the pinnacle. That's inside this vehicle, plain and simple. She's a beauty. So that's it. Craig had a really good score with the HJ60 he found. It had a rear ARB locker in it. So we ripped that out, rebuilt the center. You don't just go throwing dirty old shit back in. We don't. So we rebuilt the center and threw the locker in the rear. So now a little bonus out of the 61, and he's requested a few parts from the 61. So the guys that send them here, if you want to pick at it before, because Craig can't make it here, he lives in South Australia. They come from all over Australia. So we'll pick at it, load this one up, and off into the sunset. Another thing to make the 12HT swap really easy and simple is whistle and soots. they have a direct bolt-in exhaust system. It's the duck's nuts. It's the stuff I run Whistle and Soot on both of my cars, and they just bolt straight in. We also have other options here at Mr. Landcruiser. Big shout out to Barney's Exhaust. He does a more affordable option out of different quality steel, and he comes in handy. The Whistle and Soot's a direct bolt in. Now if you've got fuel tanks, water tanks, storage underneath, it just messes with their straight direct bolt in. So here at Mr. Landcruiser, this one has a Barney's exhaust, and Barney has been looking after us for years. Does an excellent job. I should put Barney's website underneath here like that. And he's looked after this vehicle. Now, that's it, future plans. It goes tomorrow. We're finished. We're going to detail it because she's a bit dusty to match the patina. We're going to detail it and get it back to Craig. Craig can't wait to jump in it and make it his daily. It's not Craig's only vehicle like a lot of us, but he's over the other vehicle like a lot of us. He's going to make it his daily, and future plans for Craig daily, and do something with the back here to set up some sort of canopy so he can go touring and camping. That's the man's goals. He's got his head screwed on straight, so he'll get all that done, and hopefully he'll send us some photos of it in the future and we'll get some feedback. That's it. This one's a bloody bottler, a man's dream. It's a 84 47. It's like the pinnacle of them. I hope you enjoyed.